You are Locked On Ole Miss, your daily podcast on the Ole Miss Rebels. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Do us a favor, like, subscribe, and comment on this video. Subscribe to the podcast on whatever audio podcatcher you're listening to and give it a 5-star review. It costs absolutely nothing, but it helps keep all of this free. If you want more, join the Insiders program at the subtext link down below. It costs absolutely nothing. No trolls, 14-day free trial, and the easiest way ever to cancel, so give that a try. And don't forget to check out a second listen on the network. Nearly every team, college or pro, is ready for you. And we'll see exactly what that looks like for Ole Miss in this game. The subtext links should be a lot of fun. Anyway, it's time to deep dive and start getting into the LSU Tigers. We've been talking quarterbacks all week. Let's start talking about the LSU Tigers and the keys to winning this game. One of the things that I definitely am looking at, this is an absolutely massive game. The winner of this football game is likely heading to the college football playoffs, so the stakes are absolutely through the roof. If you lose this game, you're likely not going to the college football playoff, because when you look at the other big games that each side has, LSU has to play Alabama, Oklahoma, a game against Vanderbilt at Vanderbilt. They have to go up there, and that's not a gimme. Ole Miss has Georgia and Oklahoma, and then they play Florida and South Carolina that has the talent to jump up and get you, and a road game at Mississippi State that looks tougher by the day. But if you look at the keys in this game, the number one key in this game, everybody's going to talk about Garrett Nussmeier and LSU's defense, and neither one of those are the important part of this game. You need to stop LSU from running the football and make Garrett Nussmeier beat you throwing the ball. That sounds counterintuitive. I get that. But you need to make LSU predictable offensively. And the easiest way to accomplish that is by stopping the run, which they've struggled to do this season anyway. Listen, LSU is going to go off on somebody this year. It's going to look like Ole Miss against Arkansas or Ole Miss against Georgia last season. There's a lot of similarities between this LSU team and that Ole Miss team. You just hope it isn't you. And the way you prevent that from happening is by stopping the run, because when LSU's offense gets predictable, it's honestly not very good. Everybody talks about DJ Lagway throwing 5 interceptions against LSU down in Tiger Stadium, but nobody's really talking about LSU only scoring 7 points off those interceptions. Offensively, they did return in a pick 6 back to the house to score as well, but that was their 2 touchdowns in the game, essentially. The other thing is force explosive plays on defense, basically sacks, tackles for loss, or turnovers in this game that has a chance to be an extremely low-scoring game. It would not surprise me if in the fourth quarter you look up and it's 17-17. How you take care of the ball and how you get the ball is going to be very important. This defense, to this point, has not forced many explosive plays, although they did have the interception against Tulane at the end, Cedric Beavers making flashing a little bit at the end of the game. And against Arkansas, they got a fumble. So explosive plays were the way they were able to win those as well. But in a tight game, explosives are going to be important. And Ole Miss offensively needs to play a clean game, because every turnover or penalty helps LSU's offense wake up and beat you. Don't give them a short field. Play the game the same way that you have against Arkansas and Tulane. If you do that, you will be absolutely fine. I'm not saying LSU needs your help. This is going to be the most talented team that Ole Miss faces on the schedule. But what I'm saying is, when your enemy is better than you potentially, you probably should not help them. And Ole Miss, if they play clean like they did against Arkansas and clean like they did against Tulane, they're going to be just fine. This is going to be a big game. It's a massive game. We talked about the 3 permanent opponents in last night's show. Tune that in. There was a live stream with Dalen Flowers at 5 o'clock yesterday. There was a 10-minute video with Ryan McGee from ESPN, so check that out as well. But when you look at what this game could mean for Ole Miss this year, is huge, absolutely massive. And the way to get to it is by doing the same thing that LSU did to you last year in Tiger Stadium. Get in the fourth quarter, make it a one-score game. Let the pressure rise on Brian Kelly. Let the pressure rise on Garrett Nussmeier. Let the pressure rise on LSU's defense and allow the Ole Miss offense and everybody to make plays. Just like 2023. Take away the crazy scoreline. That's the way to get at this LSU team. Brian Kelly's already snapped at a reporter asking about the run game, which means the pressure is likely getting to him and what's going on there. If LSU loses a game, they know it gets really iffy, especially with a game at Tuscaloosa and a game at Vanderbilt and a game at Norman, Oklahoma on the schedule to close out this year. This is a game they absolutely have to try to win, because if they lose this game, it could all fall apart. And they invested so much money in their roster this year. Their defense is fantastic. Just players everywhere. Their offense, there's still some issues going on there. And unlike Ole Miss, they haven't quite figured it out. And don't give me they scored 56 points against Sela. I'm just not really ready to go there right now. Anyway, so in our final segment, this LSU team has a lot of 2024 Ole Miss vibes. Every tight game on the road is going to keep just adding pressure. And while they're bound to blow somebody out like Ole Miss did against Arkansas and Georgia last year, the real question is what happens if it's close late? And if it's a one-score game in the fourth quarter, the advantage kind of shifts to Ole Miss because of the weight of all of those close calls coming up. We'll break down the parallels and what that means for the Tigers the rest of the season coming up next. So just stick around for that. Should be a fun week if we see how it goes. Anyway, thanks for making Locked On Ole Miss your go-to source for Ole Miss sports. We pride ourselves on offering the most comprehensive perspectives, which is why we're the front door of Ole Miss. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment. It helps the show and it is completely free. Your support means the world to us. It's another big moment for Locked On. College football fans, Locked On and Fire TV present College Football Kickoff, your ultimate college football weekly preview. Drake Toll of Locked On Big 12 leads the conversation. A long-time, two-time AP Coach of the Year, Gary Patterson, and former college star Jesse Holley, that's his name, and Locked On's local experts as well. College Football Kickoffs preview only is available on Locked On and Amazon Fire TV. So catch College Football Kickoff every Thursday throughout the season only on Fire TV. Hotty toddy, everybody. And remember, analytics is just the old English word that means bad football. We'll see you tomorrow.